spot. You were able to spot it right away. Just, I don't know, it just kind of baffles me as to why somebody would want to take this, because there's not much you could do with it unless you're going to pull some merchandise.
Yeah, definitely baffling. This is one of those situations where this person is almost certainly not going to get away in a vehicle that's not capable of, high speeds, even if they slammed on the gas pedal. Not a maneuverable vehicle.
Okay, so we're back. Were you guys moved over okay? Holy crap. I can't believe we got another chase, another situation going on. I didn't even get to say all the thoughts that I wanted to on that last video, but we were already kind of towards the end and done. So here we are. You guys, audio's okay? Visual's okay?
Any number of things, or if this driver is just having a mental breakdown, but this has been going on for a really long time. And I mean, especially if I'm not sure how long it's been at this slow of a speed. We first heard about this southbound 5 at the 138. We were hearing those speeds of 20, maybe 25 miles an hour. And if that's been the case the whole time, then this pursuit's probably been going on for more than 2 hours coming out of the Kern County area. And it's unclear where in Kern County, if it was in Lebec or Bakersfield or Wasco. I mean, it could have been in any of those locales. But now getting into LA County, covering a lot of distance, but at a very slow speed.
Yeah, no kidding. The county seat there of Kern County is indeed crazy. The Bakersfield area, Desmond. So that's what I first thought.
The world's gone
possibly
nuts.
That this driver has been traveling this great distance from Bakersfield, and let's face it, uphill, downhill. It's not an easy drive on these roads in the past there. I'm guessing this is somebody who is at least familiar with driving this type of vehicle.
Bring a lot of distance.
For the most part, between the lines there. Pulled over for a second, was able to avoid those spike strips that we saw put down just a short time ago. And just the speed is more the interesting factor here, going so slow, going southbound, now entering LA, it's in LA County. Again, not going too far, too fast, and no traffic. Look at this ahead.
Return. Yeah, no traffic ahead. Yeah. So I just got to tell you how tricky this is for us as we basically have to point the chopper into the wind, and then as the big rig comes south, we kind of have to get blown south by the wind and then turn back around. So this is a particularly tricky one for us. Let's see if we can get over a little more to the east here. My excellent pilot, Dylan, is at the helm of the chopper today in these high windy conditions. Apparently CHP's helicopters coming in now.
Okay.
We're hearing only about 10 seconds away or so. If they came all the way from Fullerton, that's where the local helicopters are based, to my knowledge. But yeah, so sorry, Juan, you were referencing this person having some idea how to drive a big rig, perhaps. Definitely not a guarantee. Again, I have to draw parallels with that other pursuit we had last year that was a pretty notorious pursuit with that big rig. That was, if memory serves, that was like a 19-year-old guy who I don't believe had any experience driving a big rig.
Unbelievable.
Kind of showed because they were just sticking to one lane the whole time. And that's kind of what this person has been doing, and turning the wheel very gently once they see the spike strips up ahead. So unclear. Is this a big rig driver who is having some kind of mental breakdown? Is this a disgruntled employee? Is this someone who was at a truck stop who saw an opportunity to steal a vehicle?
It's mental health. That's what it is, mental health. It's all mental health for everybody now.
This sometimes with a lot of these pursuits, a lot of times you're kind of flying blind with it.
Right?
Yeah, and a lot of variables, as you're mentioning, Desmond. One thing that I can see from your shot there is, as you said, the visibility. This driver sits up a lot higher than normal traffic, and the median, the center divider there is just a railing. So even if there is a CHP cruiser waiting by one of those breaks in the median to drop the spike strips, this driver can see this going on way ahead of time, and they can move.
And I wonder, what are those spike strips going to do to this shit, right? Don't those tires got like multiple layers of rubber and steel and like all kinds of shit, right? What are those spike strips going to do? And you can't pit this shit. By the way, Please hit like on the stream. We've definitely used up all the notifications that we have today. I really appreciate it if you help me out with that. Check out the Swagit app that I'm sponsored by. We're doing a $500 giveaway, $250 for the first prize winner and $125 for the other two. You download the app, you get swag bucks by downloading the app, and just follow my page. If it asks you for a referral code, hit iCkEdMeL. And it's just an app platform. It's a startup. It's like, seems like it's pretty new, so they're working out all the glitches and stuff. Definitely just check that out. Support me. I'd appreciate it and have a chance to win $500. And with the swag bucks, you also can win coupons. Not coupon. You can purchase coupons.
Folks down here probably extremely frustrated now that they have been held at those ramps for probably a very long time because this person was going so slowly. This is probably traffic coming, from Gorman.
Wow.
And so it is creating actually a really huge and unusual traffic back. But look at all these big rigs, all these people that are trapped behind this CHP escort that is just going along, basically idling along here. You can imagine their frustration because someone decided to take a big rig. Who knows what's going on in their head right now, but they are refusing to pull over.
I need some wine or liquor or something. It's going to get
even way more frustrating for people once we get down into Castaic, Santa Clarita, and the Newhall Pass if it continues that far.
Yeah, no doubt. And hopefully at least those drivers are moving slowly, which of course helps with that feeling of feeling impatient and just just concerned about what's going on. But when you see the traffic heading northbound zooming by you, you know that something definitely has got to be happening there on the 5 freeway, and we're watching it unfold here. This is a slow speed pursuit, as you see right here, of a cab that belongs to a semi-truck going at a very slow rate of speed. This cab was first reported stolen out of Kern County, so possibly, as Desmond was saying, out of Bakersfield, possibly. That's the county seat there of Kern County. Whether this truck was taken from a truck stop or from a parking lot, were the keys, left in the ignition there? How did this driver get in there? But at some point, it was reported stolen. CHP has been trying to get this driver to pull over, and for the most part, what we're seeing here is exactly what you're looking at. We're watching it unfold. We're wondering the same thing you are wondering at home is, what's going to be happening next? I mean, even if he does pull over, the cars behind who the CHP are escorting, they're going to still have to wait to get the driver has to get into custody.
Bruh, I mean, the police are just kind of hanging back and watching. How do you handle a semi-truck? The grappler can't do shit, right? You can't grapple that shit, right? That shit would just drag the SUV or whatever that has the grappler. You can't grapple it. I don't know how effective the spikes would be. I mean, they could land it, but that's not. I don't think it's going to stop that semi-truck. And I've seen other vehicles continue to plow. What's he doing? Waving or something? What's he doing in there?
Those times where you do want to hit the freeway because you're going to miss some.
Is it cleaning the windshield? He's showing a piece of paper.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Can they snipe it? Remember that one streamer we were watching where they talked about they got a sniper in a helicopter to just snipe the engine out, blow that shit out. I want to see something like that. What is the strategy? How do you take out a semi? And that thing can hold a lot of gas, right?
Pretty much everywhere, all the way up towards Canada, and so you're going to have a lot of deliveries that are going to be late because of this person. And how is CHP going to approach this? We know that they're trying spike strips, even if this person is not paying attention, and they do spike these big beefy tires. That's not necessarily going to stop this. Just speaking from experience, where they spiked the tires 12 times. At least on that other big rig, and they were successful, and the tires deflated, and the truck just continued to go. The other factor is how much fuel is in this truck. If it had a full tank of fuel, this thing could go to Mexico if it wanted. It could probably make it halfway through Mexico, because it not only is it not hauling anything, so it's going to be getting better gas mileage, but also going at this way lower speed, it's going to be conserving fuel. So this really has the potential to go the distance if this driver decides to go, and if CHP continues to let it go. Obviously, there's not going to be a pit maneuver or anything like that. I'm not even sure that they could bring in a Bearcat if they wanted to ram this person over to the center divider. We've seen that before, but not with a big rig. So
Yeah.
it's really, kind of confounding how this is all going to play out and how long it'll take to play out.
Desmond, as I was listening to you reporting there, it looked like there was some sort of movement there from the driver, whether he was looking at a map book, some sort of paperwork. Something was on the driver's side. It was almost like on the dashboard. See, there's some movement right there. You see it?
Yep. Yeah, I did see that movement. If it was a
that's
map
good.
or a truck manifest or something like that. Yeah, you really would love to be a fly on the wall inside and see what this person's doing and what they're thinking.
What you doing to me?
There's no indication that we've heard so far that this person is armed or anything like that. I mean, we'll see if we're able to call any more information about this pursuit from Kern County sheriffs. But so this started with them and went off to CHP. And, now it's going to be with LA County CHP for as long as they want to continue taking this. There's no indication that they're just going to cancel this, that they're just going to let this one go. I mean, they've been with it as long as they have been. They've been with it for a very long time. So it sounds like they will be determined to stay with this, however it ends. But, when we do eventually get back down into Castaic, and we're still quite a ways from there you see CHP's helicopter going through the shot. But and as we get pushed, it's kind of funny because even idling up here, we're getting pushed and we're moving farther south at a faster pace than the big rig is, and we're not even trying to. The wind is just pushing us to the south. The winds are about 35 knots right now. So if you see that our skid getting the shot momentarily, that's our pilot Dylan doing the best to handle these winds right now as he can. Definitely a challenging one for us to cover, and this person just a very leisurely pace here, 8 miles an hour. We're lucky if we get up into double digits. We'll eventually be at Templin Highway, but we'll see how long that takes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And as you say, at this speed, it could take some time as well. Well, no doubt, Desmond, you guys are doing a great job up there dealing with the winds and having to keep the camera right there in the middle of the shot there. Props to your pilot, Dylan, for keeping you guys, in the air and dealing with Mother Nature, which is something, of course, that is unpredictable. But here you're giving us a pretty good shot there.
Yes, it's live chase.
Des, we can see, look, a little bit more movement. Look at that, some paper being moved around.
He's chilling.
Yeah, we can see, at least it looks like, Desmond, right now, it looks like it's just that one person maybe wearing a blue baseball hat is what I'm looking at. It looks like a man. Yeah.
Might have been it might have been a blue visor or something. Yeah, looking around, got some papers there.
That's a
That's
great
interesting.
shot.
Looks like he was trying to put some paper up on the windshield there. But there you see blue visor, maybe a blue hat, bending down, not really paying attention. At least there's no one in front of this person, and that they could run into, and at least not going very quickly if they're not going to be paying attention. So, danger to the public right now, definitely minimal, but frustration extremely high for everyone that is stuck behind this person. Yeah, lots of fidgeting all over the place.
Hands all shaky and shit, just like. But he's kind of chilling, and I wonder what he was doing with that paperwork and what was he trying to show us in the windshield. Satin says, Mel, I can't keep up with you today. Yeah, me either. I can't keep up with everything that's going on, and the timing has been insane today. How we were able to time everything in between. I don't know. It's just like things are just falling into place, and it's been nonstop. And he was talking about that previously on a previous incident with the semi truck that I don't know how many times they had to spike it, like 20 times or something like that, or 10 times, 12 times before they finally got it to stop.
Happening here.
But at the speed that this is going, they really can, if they want, go miles up ahead and just lay out spike strips all over the thing, back to back. I don't know if this guy would go crazy and then try to go across the median and go to the other side. Can he? I don't know.
By the police, but we're actually going to be coming up to a big rig parking spot here, a brake check area. I believe they call this the Whitaker brake check area. And I think that's where CHP might be. Well, no, I don't see any cruisers down there. They have been talking about setting up spike strips, but I'm wondering if they're just going to give up on that. It seems futile this person's already dodged 3 or 4 spikes.
Oh, they did.
Even if they get it out there, is it going to do anything? It might just be, that officer might just be endangering themselves trying to do that. I'm kind of doubtful that would even bring this, to a conclusion. So we'll see if this is just going to be the long wait. Okay, look at that.
What's he doing there,
They
Des?
are putting something out there. Let's see if we can read.
Is
I'm not sure that I'll be able to.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like I'm trying to adjust my focus and really put the digital zoom in here.
Yeah.
See if they have something written down. Unfortunately,
can't see nothing.
I can't tell either, Desmond. I'm looking on a big monitor here either, but it's hard. And it's the white surface, and it's very bright outside. It's hard to see exactly what. I'm starting to see something. Okay, let's see. That's a really good shot. We can see what's going on inside. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can do a little magic here and put in a different type of zoom that may be more effective. A little too much there. Let's see. Let's just take that down. This is extremely tricky. Well,
it looks
I'm
like
going to remember. Let's see if they
hand.
put it back up there again.
Okay,
he's
look.
definitely writing something down.
Okay.
He wants to
marker.
communicate something to us. We're the ones with the cameras up here.
Yeah, well, if he can hear us.
Although I believe CHP has,
Go ahead, Des.
Sorry, I was just going to say. I think CHP has they have a camera as well. I don't know that it's as sophisticated as our camera system. Nothing against CHP, but we've got the latest and greatest technology up here with several different types of zoom. So we will try our best once we get another vantage point to see if we can get a view at what they were perhaps trying to communicate there.
Yeah, what he needs
Looks like the side of the van there, Desmond. It's UT Trans Inc., the company that owns this truck.
Silvio.
Right? Does that look like UT to you?
Nice smoking.
UT Trans Inc. So we'll see if. I'm
going to look it up.
They can look it up. Call the company.
Perhaps our intrepid assignment desk will be able to make some phone calls to them if they're able to get in touch and see if they want to say anything. Who knows? The company may not want to talk about anything what's going on. They may not have any more information than we have right now. I mean, we'll just see. But we know Kern County, UT Trans, and this may not even be a company based in California. You know how these big rigs are all over the country. This could be
I have an answer for you, Des.
Idaho or who knows.
Let's go.
Okay, go ahead.
I have an answer. Our producer telling us this is from Ontario, Canada. UT Trans Inc., located in Ontario, Canada. So north of the border is where this truck came from. And it may have been in the United States making some runs for quite a while before it was stolen. So
he's saying hi.
Here we have it here. So quite a ways, quite a distance from.
Slick Rick says he's saying hi, iCkEdMeL. How wild would that be? Imagine he's like he knew we were streaming and shit. Hey guys.
County. We're thinking possibly Bakersfield or that area right there. Not too long ago, we saw the driver looking for what looked like either a map or some sort of paperwork. And it looked like he was writing some sort of message. He put it on the dashboard. Even with our very sophisticated cameras and our zoom in and Dez's eyes, my eyes, our producer's eyes in the control room, we couldn't figure out what he was saying. But it looks like he's stopped moving around as much as he did before, but still going very slowly. Take a look on the right side of your screen. This is what I was talking about just a few seconds ago, Desmond. And if you have a monitor up there, you can watch along with me. But here he is again. He takes that map or that piece of paper, and not sure what he scribbled on it. We're guessing he did, because why would he have put it on the dashboard? And perhaps he does know that we're talking about him, and he put it away for a second. Maybe he's going to
I'll be the next thing.
Try to rewrite what he was trying to communicate to us, but it sure looked like that. Desmond, where are you now? It looks like you passed some sort of signage there.
I believe we are still in the vicinity of Templin Highway on this one. Yeah, so you can see there from our map tracker here. So again, there's quite a bit of distance between the ramps here on this section of the 5 between Castaic and the Grapevine. You have 5, 6, 7 miles between some of the exits. So that's why we haven't seen any other overcrossings that will be. We haven't crossed any other exits here, but we're coming up on Temple and High. We'll just go ahead and zoom out and show you the area that we're talking about.
Yeah, show us.
An area where we had a fairly serious fire here not too long ago, and it is a pretty windy today as well. And right down in that, so yeah, there's Temple and Highway right by that mobile home community, which was really threatened by that fire that we had been covering. So we might see some burn scar once we get south of Temple and Highway,
Yeah.
but and.
I think we are going to be here for a while, man. I might go sip on some, pour myself some pre-workout, get a little bit of amped up, and then, I don't know, maybe order a little bottle of wine or something to try to be on some, like, I don't know, slow but high. I don't know, amped. I don't know.
I mean, to be driving something this big, this slowly.
It looks like it's windy
I feel
down
like
there
it
too.
would be very easy. Yeah, well, lucky if they were carrying the trailer, it could be a little bit more complicated for this person. Of course, they're going kind of with the wind. The wind is really at the back of this trailer, and so I almost wonder if the wind is even the only reason why we're going as fast as we are. This person might not have their foot on the gas pedal at all, but going this slow, I feel like it would just be so easy to zone out here. So you just have to wonder what's going through this person's head, and are they hungry? Are they thirsty? How long are they willing to drag this out? It's pretty much inevitable how this is going to end. It's just a matter of when this person is going to be in handcuffs.
Yeah, we all know how this ends, Desmond. And I was curious earlier, we already saw that one attempt at the spike strip. That officer, those are very heavy, and he had one spike strip. I wonder if officers have enough spike strips to just cover all lanes of traffic, including, the shoulder and the center divider, so there's no other way to keep going forward unless you go over these spike strips. Do you have any clue on that?
No, that's a really good point, and officers would certainly have more than enough time to set something like that up. And as I'm looking down at Temple and Highway, I see officers that look like they're ready to hold traffic, but they're not actively out there with any spike strips. There are several units down at the Temple and on-ramp here, and as this comes south, they're going to block. So this person that just got on the freeway right now is very lucky because they probably just saved an hour or so of their life. I'll just show you here as we get towards Temple and Highway. This person right here really just dodged a traffic bullet, because if they were 1 minute later trying to get on the freeway, they were going to get stuck in this miserable backup. We'll just go ahead and show you that again as everyone just kind of snakes down the 5. The backup extends much farther than that. Probably, I can even show you. I'll take the speedometer down right there. I mean, look at how far.
Wow.
Even this is looking back several miles.
It's really bad.
Just
That's some Cali
complete
shit right
jam
there.
up. All of this traffic
Cali
getting clogged up because someone has decided to go for a joyride in a stolen big rig out of Kern County.
Indeed, and we're watching this unfold right now here on KCAL 9 and on CBS LA, CBS Los Angeles here, CBS News Los Angeles, I should say. And a very slow speed pursuit of this cab, of this stolen cab from the Kern County area. And it's a driver, for what we can figure out. It's just one person inside that cab. No idea where this cab was stolen from, at least at this moment. But we do know it was reported stolen out of Kern County. They've been trying to get this driver to pull over. But what you're seeing right now is what we've been watching for the last 30 minutes or so, is this driver going at a very slow rate of speed through the Newhall Pass, heading into Castaic, heading into eventually Valencia, Santa Clarita, more populated areas. But in this stretch, other than that mobile home park that Desmond showed us a little while ago, not a very populated area, but a very well transited area. A lot of people do use the 5 freeway, obviously, to head north and south through this corridor there. And you can see all the other big rigs heading northbound right now. So you can only imagine heading southbound, lots of big rigs in that stuck traffic right now.
No, I didn't. I'm pretty sure we didn't have notifications for this. If you guys could hit like, it really helps out with the algorithm. And the reason why people are talking about getting a drink, smoking, getting food, whatever, because this could go on who knows how long. A semi truck going at this rate, it's going to be hard to stop. Who knows how long this chase could go. It could go hours, depending on how much gas this guy has and how long he wants to keep going. That other previous semi truck that they were talking about on a different instance, they had said they had to like put 10 or something like that. And this guy supposedly already dodged a couple of 3 of them, I think, dodged 3 spike strips. So, I mean, this could go on for a while.
When we watch those high-speed pursuits,
Might as well
we
kick
see
back,
those city streets and those
relax,
cities
take it easy.
chained. Oh, what's
Oh,
happening?
shit.
Another spike strip?
Look at it.
Yeah,
3.
Juan, you answered your own question
got it,
here.
they got it, they got it.
Definitely
There's one,
had
okay.
enough spikes. And there it goes, just, kind of getting shoot up now. It might be hanging off the side. I believe that's the first successful spike strip we've had. So there you go. All of these officers who were down here, they had so much time to prep for that, to get those spike strips out there. And so that's what we got. And they are saying successful spikes. So definitely got one of those front tires. But again, is it going to matter? And is this going to change the behavior of the driver? Is this going to agitate them more? Here they are holding that sign up again. Oh, just a little bit too much. Oh, it looks like almost like we could get a look at that. It's just very hard to maintain really good.
It's just too far of a distance,
clarity.
Even with the zoom.
Yeah, I think it would have to be really, really large and letters with a thick black marker for us to be able to see. So I really wish we could see what they're saying. Yeah.
If he pulls over, he can tell police what he wants to say, and we can pass it along to our viewers.
Oh,
that's for sure.
My bad. Still had that up.
Yeah, well, probably on. I've got to imagine this person's making some phone calls to someone, if it's to some friends or family who may be relaying something to the police, or if he's talking with them directly. A lot of times with these really, really long pursuits, there will be some sort of back and forth going on, over a cell phone line between the authorities and the suspect. But unclear if that's happened. We haven't seen this person on a phone. It seems like they're really determined to communicate in the most rudimentary way possible there with a crumpled up piece of paper, and it might have just been ballpoint pen. If this person at least had a Sharpie or something, maybe we could see what they're trying to say. So
well, we just showed our viewers. Desmond.
Maybe they could use the flashers. I was thinking maybe they could use the flashers to communicate some Morse code or something. That might be a little bit more effective.
Yeah, it would be, Desmond. Take a look, Desmond, if you can see from your vantage point, that front passenger side tire looks like it's pretty low on air. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, right on cue. Right on cue. Wow, that's actually one of the fastest that I've ever seen the rubber separate from the wheel right there. And now that rubber caught underneath here, this could start a fire. All the friction going on, a lot of heat. Let's hope that's not the case, especially where we're at. I showed you how brushy this area is. It's very windy today, so I really hope that this isn't a situation where this could start a fire, or that spike strip, making if it's still hanging on the other side, and that could create sparks. We've seen huge brush fires start that way. We'll see if we get the opportunity to go to the other side of the big rig here momentarily. Give my pilot Dylan here a little bit of time, and then see if that spike strip is still hanging from the other side.
I think it is, Desmond. I didn't see it pop out from underneath the car. So, and it looks like the rim is still going. A lot of times, when you see this, the rim locks up and it doesn't continue to go around. But we can see it right here pretty clearly. It's moving.
And here again with the sign up there, wanting to say.
I wish I could read it.
Yeah, well, I wonder, maybe CHP will have better luck because they're a lot lower than us. Maybe they'll see that message and communicate.
I can see some smoke now, Desmond. You see that? By the tire?
Yeah, a little bit of smoke. Yeah, it's a little bit unnerving.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my pilot Dylan did ask CHP's helicopter, could you see what that person has written down there? What are they trying to say? And he said, no, we can't quite see it either. So it's still a mystery to all of us what they're saying. But look at all this smoke coming up right now. I hope CHP will be at the ready to, if they probably have a fire extinguisher on board or something. If that does catch fire, we'll just have to see. But tons of friction there between the big rig and the asphalt on that tire that fell out. And let's see the other tire here, if that got hit. I can't, that tire still looks like it's doing okay.
Yeah.
We'll just get way in there.
But where's the spike strip? I think it's still stuck
it's
underneath somewhere.
Yeah, it might be somewhere down in this area.
Those tires look
behind
good.
the rear tires.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
A little bit of smoke there. I'm not sure if that's coming from
Get a little pre.
the rubber on the other side. So here we're going under the lower crossover, and now we'll be back on the west side of the southbound 5. So that tells us we are getting into Castaic, and we're definitely going to start to see, well, I was going to say we're going to start to see some more traffic, but I guess we're really not, because CHP is holding all of these ramps. Again, very unfortunate for people, as we're on Thursday, a very busy traffic day of the week. And even though it's the southbound side, it's still going to be frustrating for a lot of folks if this person decides to continue going. And, you know, we'll get to the point as well where even if CHP is holding on and off ramps, where if once we get past the Newhall Pass, this, you know, person could still end up bumping into some traffic, and we'll see how that dynamic plays out.
Desmond, we're showing our viewers once again those 3 spike strips that the CHP laid out, and the one closest to the center divider was the one that this driver went over, and I don't think it was more than 5 minutes after that we saw that passenger side front tire fall right off the rim, which was pretty amazing because we think these tires are pretty big. They could possibly handle quite a bit of damage. I mean, we've seen these blowouts just as drivers driving on the freeway. We see those tires on the side of the road. But look at that, Desmond, still smoking. That tire still attached to the cab of that to the cab of this car.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you for the super chat. Says thank you, Mel, for always keeping us entertained with real life issues and with these crazy ass chases. Take care. Thank you so much for the super chat. By the way, guys, make sure we're doing a $500 giveaway at the end of the week. At the end of 7 days. All you got to do is click the link, download the app, and follow me on there. Only U.S. people can win the giveaway, by the way.
Because we're down to metal on one of these tires, they might have to get the rubber off of the other tires if there's really any hope of stopping this before this driver, you know, forcing a stop to this, I should say. Once they can get the rubber off of the other tire, those are, you know, those are the wheels that are driving the power of this thing, and we'll see. Actually, you know what? Someone may need to check me on that. I'm not honestly super familiar with the drivetrains of big rigs, but I would think that if we could lose the other front tire, that would hopefully bring this to an end.
Well, that would bring the cab lower, right, onto the street and possibly just create more damage to the front bumper, the undercarriage of the cab, and just hopefully make just so much noise that the driver definitely pulls over and stops. But you know what's interesting, Desmond, when you give us those close-up shots of that rim, you can see how that rim is etching into the asphalt of the 5 freeway there. So I think it's still quite a bit of weight and just a lot of damage that this rim can cause to the fire. Luckily, we don't see smoke coming out from that rim anymore, but still you do see quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, this is definitely a situation where, you know, sparks could fly from metal on asphalt like this.
Yeah, look at that.
And starting, you know what, might be a little smoke coming from the other side as well. So once we have, we'll go back to the driver's side here momentarily. Once this person goes through us, going over to the center. No, okay, just kind of
more spike
maybe
strips.
Just zoning out there for a second, but no, don't see any spike strips here, but. At least, you know, since the driver is on the left side of the freeway and it's the right tire where
it's kind of like
we could potentially see sparks, that will hopefully prevent any fire, you know, any brush on the right-hand shoulder from catching fire or something. And we'll come out, and we are getting into that burn scar now from that huge fire that we covered just a few months ago here. It was near the lower crossover down in this area. You might see a little bit of the residual kind of char from that fire that was all
it was looking wobbly
right down here north of the Castaic area. But CHP just content to be incredibly patient with this.
I wonder how many gallons of gas that thing can hold. That semi. I was seeing too. pup scan, the chase notification radio scanner OG. He's in class right now, watching the chase.
But I believe that's going to be the next exit. But though that's still some distance, we're almost parallel to Lake Castaic. And here you see, who's that up there? No, okay, might be somebody who's perched up and taking a look at the slow speed pursuit from the old Ridge Route Road right there. There's CHP's helicopter monitoring this as well. So what's going to happen next? Down one tire, but not deterring this driver of the stolen big rig out of Kern County.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm just also curious too, again, is to see the other side of the cab there, Desmond, because as we saw earlier, that spike strip went over those front two tires. So just wondering whether, you know, at some point that other tire, the driver's side front tire, has hit some sort of damage, because I do see a little bit of puffs of smoke kind of like billow out from underneath the cab. So maybe.
Humongous says that 500 gallons, 250 on each side. People are saying between 125 and 300, 200. Holy crap.
See some smoke, and I'm hearing there may be some sparks coming off of that side as well, which is, you know, a little bit unnerving. But now the driver in the middle of the roadway, and we're through an area that's already burned, so maybe a bit serendipitous in that way that in theory wouldn't be able to start a huge fire or anything like that.
Look at the smoke
taking off. So here we come now. Definitely starting to see the smoke. So perhaps, you know, maybe they did hit this tire as well. It looked like it was inflated pretty well, but maybe that was just taking some time.
It looks like it's locked, Desmond. Look at that.
Yeah, Chase Alerts just said that both front tires are locked. So I guess it's not even spinning.
And I'm sure some of my car friends were just yelling at the television screen how I didn't realize that these are obviously rear-wheel drive vehicles right here.
I did not know that either, Desmond.
Look at this. Yeah, I mean, look at this vehicle completely locked up. I don't know that I've ever seen this before. A wheel
and
just
I see
not
flames.
spinning.
I see flames, Des.
Oh boy!
I see flames.
Yeah,
you see
okay. Now
this, shit!
Yeah, I do. And now, how's this? This has got to force the end of this, right? This big rig could potentially, you know, burst into flames right now.
Those flames are right under his feet, Desmond. You know, those are right under his feet. He's got to know what's going on, and for some reason he could hear us. You might want to pull over, because it's getting worse by the second here. Because look at this, smoke is billowing from the other side of the cab. This is just look. He's waving. Pull over, guy. Oh my goodness. He needs to pull over. This is terrible. Well, folks, we're going to stay with this as long as we can. If something horrible happens, we're going to have to pull away from it. But you can see what's happening live right here on KCAL 9. Desmond bringing us these amazing pictures from a slow-speed pursuit in Castaic in the Newhall area here. Things changing very quickly. And it looks like he's stopping, Des. It looks like he is stopping. Now get out of that cab as fast as I don't even know what the gas tanks are on these things. Desmond,
that shit could blow, no?
Not familiar with these vehicles either, but look how the wind is, fanning those flames. Okay, he's out. He's out. Oh my gosh.
And now we've got to get LA County Fire up here really quickly.
Okay, you better step away.
That's all good. You know, happy that this is finally going to be ending. But
my goodness.
Let's just hope that this person is not about to start a big brush fire, because we were talking about sparks before, but now we've got full-on flames coming out of the front of
thing just
this big
up.
rig. And I'm sure dispatchers are on the phone with LA County Fire right now. They could, you know, they're going to need to get a helicopter up here just as a precaution, if anything, coming out of Whiteman Airport. But this big rig is going to be engulfed in flames here shortly. And, you know, even though we are in this burn scar, we've got heavy winds today. And all it's going to take is one ember to fly somewhere and start a fire. Intense flames now coming from this. Look at this. So it's obviously made it in. Yeah, must have hit the fuel pump or the fuel lines here, and that is going to be it for this big
look
rig.
At that.
Wow, just incredible to watch this. I don't think I've ever seen a pursuit end in a raging big rig fire before.
My goodness. And where's the driver now, Desmond?
Yes, let's get our eyes on the driver here. They are being taken
he's
into
in custody. Okay, there
CHP.
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
that brings, and you can see their shirt kind of flapping in the wind, showing you
I
just
saw
how.
that, yeah.
And now,
They're gonna approach this
CHP
shit?
has the
Why?
unenviable task of coming and clearing this big
Jeez.
rig that is on fire.
Shouldn't they just leave it alone?
So they just need to make sure that there's no one else in the vehicle. It's just kind of standard protocol, but they're not going to endanger
they're
themselves
just checking,
anymore. So
the cab is totally engulfed now, Des. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody was like tied up or incapacitated or something.
So now
at that.
we got to get LA County Fire up here, and it's going to take some time to get an engine up here. They may actually be able to drive the wrong way up the freeway because CHP has had lanes shut down, but they're going to have to get someone coming out of Castaic to rush up here and put this out. It really is kind of amazing, if there's any saving grace here, is that we are in an area again that has already burned. We covered this fire just a couple of months ago. Ended up being a pretty sizable fire that burned itself out when it got to Lake Castaic, but still a very
Are those power
unnerving
lines, Des,
situation
right
here.
there, where the smoke is kind of billowing over to? Those are power lines, right? Yep.
Yep.
But pretty far. I think they're pretty
some
far enough
high-tension
away.
power lines there.
Yeah.
Definitely. But we'll see what will happen with. I haven't heard too much communication about getting LA County Fire up here right now, but I have to imagine that they've been dispatched. I'm looking at lanes of the southbound 5, seeing if there's any flashing lights coming northbound, but not so far.
Well, what we're watching right now unfold is the end of a slow-speed pursuit of a stolen semi-cab that catches fire, and that was basically the final straw here that brought this slow-speed pursuit to an end. This driver apparently stealing this car, this cab rather, from the Bakersfield area, or at least Kern County is what we're being told, led CHP officers on a very slow speed pursuit. I think we've been on this for almost an hour now, and it took one spike strip really to damage that front passenger tire, and then eventually, as the driver kept going, the driver's side front tire seized up, and shortly after that we started seeing sparks, and from sparks flame, and now what we're seeing is the entire cab engulfed in flames. A lot of black smoke billowing right now in the air, and as Desmond was saying, this is an area that burned not too long ago, but you can see what the wind is doing to help fan those flames there. Luckily, hopefully, embers will not be traveling too far and hit areas that have not yet burned. But anyone traveling southbound right now on the 5 freeway, or know somebody who does, you might want to let them know this right now for sure is going to take a while, not only to tow away this this charred semi truck, but also to clean up possible fuel spills on the freeway. It's going to be a problem getting through there. So if you're heading southbound on the 5 freeway, not a good time, especially as you approach Newhall. You're not only going to come across some very heavy traffic, but you're going to come across some heavy police activity as they try to clear the freeway. And, you know, they do the best they can to get this cleared out and out of the way as quickly as they can. But this is now a criminal investigation as well, so they're going to have to document this, take some pictures.
And then
it's going to be quite a while before they clear the 5 freeway there in Newhall. But good news is we know the driver is now in custody.
As if criminal investigation means anything in California. It'll be out tomorrow.
What we first saw happen, the flames, sparks to flames, the driver's still inside the cab of the car, and eventually he must have felt the heat, the intensity, the flames right under his feet, and there he goes. He finally comes out with his hands up with CHP officers not far away, and as we know right now, he is in custody, and he is in the custody of the CHP. But again, the problem now is trying to clear the scene there of that charred, burned semi-truck. Desmond, have you or Dylan heard anything since I've been chatting here?
No, I haven't heard any new information there. I heard some it sounded like kind of some frantic chatter on
Drake.
the scanner of maybe trying to get a hold of LA County Fire
Toxic.
on this one. But, you know, if it wasn't already frustrating enough for everyone stuck in this backup, it is now 10 times worse because now folks are not moving at all. At the very least, people can get off at Templin Highway, and then you have Old Ridge Route Road, which is this road right up here, which this person was savvy enough to go and take. That's the only way that they can get around this until this big rig either burns itself out, until LA County Fire extinguishes it, and then even when they do, like you said, there's going to be a big investigation, and it's going to take some time for County Fire to clear out. They're going to wet everything down in the area, make sure that the fire is absolutely out. So at best, there's only going to be 2 lanes open, and that might not even happen for the next 45 minutes or so. So the pursuit is over, but a total traffic catastrophe for the southbound 5 coming off the Grapevine.
Yeah, you said it, Desmond, a total traffic catastrophe. The winds, of course, not helping. And my guess is firefighters are going to have to make their way on those southbound lanes heading northbound to get here, right? Have you seen any activity from fire crews showing up yet?
Here.
None at all. I've been looking out the window just to see if we can see any coming. We'll just no, nothing coming.
Nothing coming yet. Wow.
Up on those southbound lanes, but the freeway is blocked. In theory, that would certainly be the quickest way for them to get up there with this. But boy, I would never have guessed that this was how this pursuit was going to end. I thought this had the potential to make it down into the LA metro area, and who knows. But for a spike strip so effective. But then this person just had to keep pushing it, and now we've got a big rig engulfed in flames, and could have so easily started a brush fire, and could still possibly. But in this burn area right here, you can see there's really nothing left to burn because it did burn so quickly. So if this situation had to happen, I guess better here certainly than in the Newhall Pass. Where there's a lot of thick brush, and that could have turned into a totally different situation.
Yeah, no doubt, Desmond. And I think today also will answer the question for us for future pursuits is whether or not those spike strips can stop the cab of a semi. And the answer is absolutely yes. We saw the damage it did to the front passenger tire, and then eventually that spike strip must have done something to that driver's side front tire where it created quite a bit of damage. We're showing our viewers once again, right side of your screen there. Those are those 3 spike strips that the CHP put down. The first one was a miss. It was right there by the shoulder. But maybe 20 minutes later, CHP crews laid down 3, which we had been speculating whether or not these CHP crews have enough spike strips within their arsenal to just lay them all across the freeway. And we did see that happened, and the driver of this stolen semi did exactly that, drove over a spike strip, and we eventually saw the tire flatten out and then eventually fall right off the rim. Yep, that's what we're looking at right there. And on the right side of your screen, live pictures from Sky 9 of the cab continuing to burn. Here's that sign that we were talking about, Desmond. We were showing our viewers once again. It seems like during this pursuit, at least during the last 30 so minutes, the driver was trying to communicate somehow with us, with the choppers in the air, watching this pursuit unfold. Hopefully we'll get a chance to find out what exactly that is. But now he's in the custody of officers. He can clearly express what he was trying to let us know. And
that truck looks like it's disintegrating.
The circumstances, what was going on with this driver. And exactly, what he wanted to convey to us. On the right side of your screen, again, you can see when that tire.
I wonder if that thing can blow up, or are there like explosion protections on the tank or something? Just imagine out of nowhere, just boosh, the whole thing just sets up. If you guys could help me out with the likes too, please, I'd appreciate it on the stream. We're doing a $500 giveaway. All you have to do is click the link, download the app, and follow my page. For US people, and it's a video platform. I have content on there, and I'm working on some more. After we're done with this stream, I'm going to post some more videos on there. It's the first sponsor of the channel, and it's an up and coming app, brand new. So we're working on all the little kinks and stuff. And you get free swag bucks, points on there. You can spend those points and get coupons. Or look at that shit, it's going fast. Gift cards is what I meant to say. get gift cards. That shit hauling
Pyramid
ass.
Lake or Smoky Bear Road. I know they have.
I never seen those trucks move that fast before.
A fire station up there, so they had to fight through all this
blow,
traffic.
right?
Probably just made it on the right-hand shoulder, and now they're coming. Ironically, from the north. I thought
Diesel
for sure they were going to be
explode.
coming from the south, but they'll be.
Bill says that diesel typically won't explode.
Kind of starting to burn itself out, so they may not even have
Thank you guys
too
for
much
coming. Oh, ice cold audit.
cleanup to do. But again, once they get this out,
I heard you
if
say they can't
CHP
use the
has
stream.
to do anything with the wreckage, at the very least, I'm sure they're going to have to take a lot of photographs. And then LA County Fire is going to continue to hit this with water for quite some time. And at best, if folks are lucky, they're going to get a couple of the right lanes open, maybe even just the right lane.
Or am I thinking of the wrong person?
I was actually hearing CHP.
I might be thinking of the wrong person.
Sounds like they're planning on trying to turn some of those poor folks around and get them going on the shoulder to get back up, at least to get them off at Templin Highway so they can go to the Ridge route. But, even if they do that, folks stuck in this, I mean, it could still be,
Janet,
a minimum hour or even
no
a
doubt.
2-hour delay for everyone stuck in that.
No doubt. Well, help has
Thank you
arrived.
so
As
much.
you see there, firefighters getting outside of their
damn,
truck,
Jazz. Okay.
assessing the situation, and they're going to be dousing this with a lot of water, perhaps some foam as well, because this is a gas fire, a diesel fire, I'm guessing. So they're going to want to get this out as quickly as possible. So we're going to watch that unfold right now. The good news is the faster they can put the flames out, the faster this investigation can move forward and hopefully get some of those commuters heading southbound on the 5 on their way. But my goodness, from what we can see, not much left of the cab. You can see quite a bit of just melted bumper and melted plastic and metal on the freeway right there. That needs to be cleaned up before they allow drivers to go through there. So looks like, Desmond, they've already started to hit the cab with some water there.
Yeah, and you're starting to see that white smoke instantly. I think the big rig had burned through a lot of its fuel already, so they may be able to get this snuffed out here momentarily here pretty quickly. So it was just kind of a melted pile of slag. Now at this point, the remnants of this stolen big rig. You have to wonder if that company was watching us from Canada on our CBS LA app, seeing one of their their trucks go up in flames. Must have been awfully frustrating for them. Maybe.
What a crazy job, brave job, running there like that. Yeah, looks like you got under control though.
Obviously,
I've never seen this happen to a semi truck like this, and I really thought this was probably going to go for hours.
The LA metro area, who knows what this could have turned into.
No kidding. The fact that it is here kind of in a more remote area of Castaic, Desmond, and in an area that had already burned, I think the circumstances of the end of this pursuit, other than the loss of this truck, which is obviously valuable to the company who owns it, there were no injuries, no other drivers were injured. And just getting this fire out right now is the priority of firefighters on the scene, who actually arrived pretty quickly, about 10 minutes after this fire started. So that was very quick. You mentioned they may have come from Pyramid Lake, so that's not too far of a distance. And luckily, I guess there was enough shoulder or a center divider there for them to cut through some of that traffic and get to where they needed to be to put this fire out. As you mentioned, lots of white smoke. That's some good news. And we should possibly see in just a few seconds or so exactly what's left of this cab. My guess, Desmond, it's still going to be smoldering for quite a bit, because nothing inside that cab. A lot of those cabs have sleeping quarters inside, just a lot of paperwork, a lot of things that the drivers need to do their jobs. All of it burned right now.
Yeah, and maybe some personal effects of whoever this truck belonged to, or whose driver, whoever might have been driving this. There's another vehicle coming. This might be a heavy-duty tow truck. Let's just zoom out and see who else is coming down the roadway right now. There they are. And here, by the way, just this is what I'm talking about. All of these big rig drivers, all of these box trucks, some motorcyclists here, all of them. I mean, you can just probably imagine them see a big plume of smoke go up, and they're saying, "Oh no, I've already been stuck here so long. How much longer?" I've really just got to be pulling their hair out in this entire situation to be so unlucky. But here comes a heavy-duty tow truck. I'm not sure what's going to be left to tow at this point to get it out of the way. If there's anything even that's intact enough for them to get onto the back of a tow truck. But they're coming here. They managed to make it down here pretty quickly as well.
I want to go on a chopper someday. I heard it's pretty expensive. I want to fly on a chopper and record. That'd be dope.
Whatever is left of this stolen big rig out of Canada.
Well, if I was stuck in traffic now and I saw that tow truck going by, I'd feel a little better about the situation, because it's still going to take a while, as you mentioned, Desmond. First of all, the fire's got to be put out. They have to document exactly what happened here, and then there's just all that other material that's melted onto the freeway there. That's going to take a while to clean up as well. It could be lubricants. It could be just material that's not safe for drivers to drive on top of. So not much left of that cab, as you see here. A cab that was reported stolen out of the Bakersfield area, perhaps. Kern County, we know for sure. This is a truck, a cab that belongs to a company that operates out of Ontario, Canada. We do know that. We were able to track that down. The circumstances regarding where it was stolen, how it was stolen, the person who is now in custody, we still don't know. That's going to be part of an ongoing investigation. But again, here we go. Firefighters now going to be hitting it from the other side, from the passenger side of the cab right there, to make sure that this fire is out. We're not seeing that dark billowing black smoke that we saw early on. We're seeing a lot of that white smoke. So that's definitely a good thing. And another good thing, Desmond, is that truck, fire truck, has enough water in it to put out this fire, that they didn't need to bring in a second truck or try to figure out, if they run out of water, what to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because there's no, easy water source right here in the area. So it does look like that mixture of water and foam. Now, they actually managed to get a second engine here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Should definitely be enough to get this taken down. Now, the somewhat good news, at least, is CHP really is trying to do this as quickly as possible. They are talking about reopening those two right lanes as soon as that fire is out. And we saw that big rig tow that was coming down here as well to perhaps tow it a little bit out of the way. It looks like they'll be able to hook up to the rear wheels and drag this melted mess out of the roadway. But yeah, was anything else spilled on the roadway? Is there any oil down there? Do we got to get Caltrans out here with some of the Absorball to get that stuff out of the way? So this could still be a multi-hour ordeal. Yeah.
Good news is, Desmond, you said if they do open up those two right lanes, traffic will slowly get to head south.
I like Cali. I've been there twice. It's just Southern California, Los Angeles. I really do like it. I don't know if I could live there, though. It's just really expensive. Everything's just more expensive over there. People, I don't know about the people if they're crazy or not, but everything's in Florida. Everything's just more expensive. I always poke fun at Cali because it's just fun to do, but I love Cali. It's one of my biggest, I think it's my number one demographics in the state is Cali, and then I think Florida, Texas, and New York or something like that. But yeah, so I was saying I always joke around, but they do a really good job of like this cleanup shit and just the collaboration that it takes. Oh, the helicopters, the cops, the spike strips, managing the traffic, setting up the cops to put the spike strips down, getting the fire department out there, watering the shit down, getting that truck, whatever that is, to move the semi out of the way and start opening traffic to two lanes.
Pretty damaged, as we see right here, and some damage to the freeway, and a lot of people stuck in traffic wondering when they're going to get started. Desmond, have you seen any more movement there? Any other?
From lanes reopening?
Yeah. Anything?
Not quite yet, but let's just go ahead and show you what everyone is dealing with. As you were saying, Juan, the best way possible for the public, but the worst way possible for all of these drivers.
Yeah, gas over here is like $3, $3 something, I think, right now. Because Numb Thumbs are saying if you're like paying $6 a gallon, and living is just ridiculous over there. You can't even get a place over there. It's so freaking expensive. The homes, the houses, the rent, everything. There's nothing you can get over there that's like decently priced. And if anything, people are trying to run from California. I don't know if they're still doing the mass exodus that they were doing, because a lot of them were they were going to Texas, they were going to Florida. I don't know where else.
Here's one smart trucker at Temple and Highway. This was the original route over the Grapevine before the 5 freeway. There was US 99. This was that road. And so these folks are who know what they're doing are definitely saving.
Yep.
I'm not from California. I seen somebody along one of the chats too saying I was born over there. I wasn't born in Cali. I've only been there twice. I was born in Louisiana, New Orleans, and I was raised in New York. And then I moved here to Florida, I think like 2001. It was after the 9/11 tower stuff.
Hi, how are you guys?
What's going on here? Can you tell us what you know regarding this pursuit and where we stand right now?
Yeah, I don't have much information. All we have right so far is at approximately 12:48 in the afternoon. The sheriff department was in pursuit of a stolen vehicle, a white semi-truck that occurred in Kern County at about southbound 5, south of Gorman.
I am Dominican, yeah.
The sheriff department requested CHP to take over, in which we did. The vehicle continued in slow speeds throughout the entire pursuit. Yeah. We ended up deploying some spike strips which were successful. The vehicle ended up becoming even slower than what it was. Unfortunately, it did go up in flames, at which point that the driver did give up and is currently being detained by our units down on the ground. We did have the fire department coming out. They put out that vehicle, the flames of the vehicle. We still have traffic stopped. We hope to clear those and get those off the freeway. Yeah,
it looks like you guys are doing a good job. Before we let you go, officer, we saw the driver. It looked like he was trying to send a message or write something down on a piece of paper. Do you have any idea from officers there on scene what he was trying to communicate?
We do not know.
Yeah.
What a mystery. All right, so what do you think is going to happen here? Can they tow this away once the fire is out, or do they still need to document, take pictures, and whatnot? What's the time frame for people sitting in traffic when they can possibly see those 2 right lanes open up?
As of right now, we're still not sure. It depends on the fire department while they put that fire out and have that tow company come out and put that pick up the tow and tow that vehicle. So as of right now, we still don't know. It's undetermined.
Gotcha. And do you know how it was reported stolen? Who figured out that the cab was stolen?
As of right now, we do not
know. All right. It's still an unfolding story. All right. Officer Torres with the California Highway Patrol, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you to Desmond Shaw and Dylan up in Sky 9 for bringing us these live pictures. I'm Juan Fernandez. KCAL 9 News at 4 o'clock is coming up. In about 18 minutes or so, we'll have the very latest for you on this slow-speed pursuit, now coming to an end here in the State area in just a bit. Thanks so much for watching.
Wild day. We had a police chase with a baby, a freaking baby. Now we get a semi-truck. What a day. And then I was doing the Gabby thing. I was preparing the Gabby thing, and out of nowhere, boom, there's a press conference. I'm like, shit, we got to change the time. Okay, we got to change the time. We got to jump on it now. And we do that. And then the horrible situation. Oh, and I got to play that video clip for you guys. The horrible situation with that pregnant woman, which now we're finding out she's deceased and dead because these psychopaths pretending to offer a job and I guess having problems getting a baby or whatever, go and kill the mother and the baby. Right? These pieces of ish. And I was planning to do that, and I don't know where there's a press conference, and I had to jump on like immediately. I was like, wow, the way things worked out today has just been like, it's crazy. It's really, I'm not complaining, but I'm just kind of like shocked the timing of events today. Okay, so what we're gonna do, again, make sure you check out the Swag It app. It's my first sponsor on the channel, so if you support me, you've been riding me for a while. If you could just check out the app and follow me on there, download, hit the link, and be entered for a chance to win the giveaway. That'd be amazing. Let me show you this link that I was trying to. I wanted to show you guys. This is an old story that I covered. If I can find it. And I am seeing what's going on with Quentin Simon. iCkEdMeL, can you send out notification on YouTube that you're live, please? I'm out of notifications. What I recommend is you guys download Discord. I have a server. It's free. There is a members area, but you can join for free and chat for free and all that stuff. And if you don't want to chat and Discord is confusing for you, you can just join the server notification. I have 2 servers. So I have the main server where you can chat and all that stuff, and then I have the notification server where if you just want to come in there and just not miss any notifications, you can do that. The other thing you can do, which I recommend if you don't want to do Discord, follow me on Twitter or follow me on Facebook. I'm working on Instagram. I set it to personal on my Instagram. But follow me on an alternative platform. So if I'm live and I'm out of YouTube notifications, I'll always usually post on the other platforms as well. And even if you don't like Facebook, you'll just get the notification and you can come over. Or if you don't, you can Twitter, whatever you got to do. Now, let me pull up this other crazy story that I wanted to share. I lost a damn link. I have so many windows open right now. I still have the video editor open because I was supposed to edit this video. All right. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me just find this video. Damn, 62 videos that I titled Baby. Lord. There it is. Okay.
He was found.
I covered this this is 3 years ago I covered this story, right? I've been doing this for a while.
Where Marlene Ochoa's body was found. Sources telling us that she was lured to the home thinking that she was buying clothing and supplies for her unborn child, but instead sources telling us.
Not the first time this has happened. So like ladies, you know what I'm saying? If you're pregnant or you got friends, I know friends that there's all these mom groups, there's all this stuff out there, you can buy clothes cheap or baby tips, all that kind of stuff. Or, oh yeah, I'll meet up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's weirdo, sick ass people out there preying on some of these pregnant women, looking to, I don't know, do whatever it is.
She was led downstairs into that home and gruesomely had her child cut from her. In the Scottsdale neighborhood, she was strangled. Her death ruled a homicide.
There was a group page, I think it was called Help a Sister Out, and a woman who later was the one who called 911 that said that, she had a baby. She was giving clothes away.
Before she went missing, a Facebook post shows Ochoa chatting with a woman who offered free baby clothing. They made plans to meet up.
These people are the epitome, that they're just the bottom of the filth, the bottom dwellers of society.
Yeah, this is when I used to go off. I forgot I used to oh shit.
They need to be locked away. Seriously. Donate their organs.
Oh shit.
Seriously, put them to death and donate their organs for the better good.
Shit, I forgot. Yo, I used to say shit like this. It's 3 years ago, man.
What up, it's iCkEdMeL. How you guys doing tonight? I heard about this crazy story. This mother's body was found 3 weeks after she went missing. That's not even the craziest part. So you have to be super careful. They have all these Facebook groups and all these groups you can go in there. Mommy, hey sister. Half of them are probably praising God and stuff. There's a bunch of evil people out there. Like disgusting animals. These are the animals of society. I have a segment sometimes where I talk about the animals of society. Vents definitely meets their criteria. I want to talk about this because I know several parents. I've even gone to some of those sites.
What's your location, hun? I'm on the south side of Chicago. Buy something. If you want to wait a week, my girl has all brand new baby clothes. Her son. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the times when I cover these stories, I sometimes flash back years. And I'm like, yo, that shit reminds me of the story that I covered or I spoke about.
You're going to buy this, you're going to buy that. Ochoa, she was lured for some clothes, I think, in a stroller. She had a baby coming up, like a baby due soon. They lured her into the house, into the basement. They strangled her with a coax cable. And I'm talking about Clarissa and Desiree, mother and daughter. Right? Both
I forgot that.
Decrepit, disgusting, rejects. I mean, just nasty people. Like, disgusting. Look at them, right? Look at those faces. And then they cut the baby out of the womb. Cut the baby out. They dump Ochoa's body in a trash can. And get this, because their plan was that, oh, we're going to raise this baby. This lady, this is how dumb and like just retarded. I just can't call it anything else. Animal.
Damn, bro. Yo, this is years ago, okay? I don't use I don't use these words no more. That's cancel shit. Back in the day, we used to be able to say that. We didn't mean it anything against, you know, whatever. But
This is why you have to protect your family. Don't trust none of these people. This lady calls 911.
The caller gave birth 10 minutes ago, 46 years of age. The baby isn't breathing. The baby is pale and blue. They're doing CPR.
That baby, sources say, belongs to Ochoa, not a 46-year-old woman.
So before we continue on with the rest of the story, I just wanted to take a close look at these messages just to show moms, fathers, especially mothers, mommies, how these people, these evil people manipulate you. They pretend to be your friend, a helping hand, here's something to help you out in your time of need. On the left side, who is due in May? Where is my May mamas at? Marlene says, hello ladies, I'm due May 10th and I still need a lot of things for my son. Due to the fact that I'm in school and can't work, I can't afford to buy the rest of the things since I'm short on cash, right? What's your location, hun? I'm on the south side of Chicago. If you want to wait a week, my girl has all brand new boy clothes her son never wore. Yes, girl, that's fine. Thank you so much, right?
I used to get really pissed. That's why now, because it's like kind of sad. Like you start to get kind of numb to this stuff. But I used to get really pissed. I used to be cursed. I mean, I still curse, but like I used to be cursing out these perpetrators, criminals. I used to be calling them all kinds of names, going off the handle. That was so freaking pissed and bothered. But then like after years and years of doing it, like, I don't know, sometimes like, what, I mean, you run out of words. Like, what's the point, I guess, you know?
And under that, no problem, girl. I know how it is. She was lucky to have 2 baby showers. So she just loves to spread the wealth. I'm fine with the help. Inboxing for more info. All right? Deception to lure you in. So you're probably wondering why I haven't mentioned the meth head that you see there on the side, the crackhead, the idiot, the other retard.
Oh my God. Yo, I can't do this. I'm not going to go do this anymore. I mean, I'm going to play the video. I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to be careful when I backtrack to older videos. And this reminds me of that certain segment of YouTube that was recently accusing me all kinds of shit. But I'm a better person now. I don't, you know, I don't.
The sackless, spineless, ballless male that you see standing next to these disgusting creatures, right? Well, he was charged with concealment of a crime. Clarissa and Desiree were charged for murder. Desiree, which is the daughter, confessed to helping the mother strangle Ochoa. And police said that Clarissa and Ochoa knew each other from previous clothes exchanges. So even because you have a history with somebody, it doesn't mean that you're dealing with some psychopaths. It's reported that the baby is brain dead, so things are not looking good. The baby's probably going to pass away more than likely. It's also reported that a neighbor saw this psychopath slob running outside, wearing a blood-smeared shirt, screaming, "I just had a baby." And these are how psycho some of these people are. You have to be very careful. Like, even when I was in the hospital with Maddie and Mommy, like, I was paranoid. I did not let them take Maddie. I let them take her like once or twice. I was so exhausted by the time I left the hospital because I wouldn't let them take our baby because I was so paranoid.
The only time they really took her, I think, is to get like the shots, and I walked over there with them, and I was even questioning what shots and all this stuff. And then the other time was like the car seat test. But like they kept walking. Oh, you sure you don't want to? Yeah, no, I'm good. You know how many stories I've seen these people like taking babies, exchanging babies? Like, no, I'm good. Sure you don't want to rest, mommy, daddy? No. I walked out of that shit dreaded, tired, yo. I didn't get no sleep. And her mother's the one that gave birth, and I'm the one that I was exhausted.
Because even here in the hospital, people switching out and taking your baby. You hear about all kinds of stories. There's people out there thirsting and willing. There's an attack on our children. They're willing to take your child, sell your child, abuse your child, chop up your child. Look at Malia. Look at what they did to Malia. There is pure evil out there. That is very deceptive.
Yeah, I almost kind of want to get a haircut like that again. This shit is good, huh?
And ready to lure you with some promises and gifts of free stuff. Be very careful. All right? It's like it's just becoming more and more present. These people don't have any feelings. They literally have no soul. They're demons. Just think about the process of ripping out a child, cutting it out of a womb. I saw it. I mean, I saw the birth. I saw the C-section. That stuff is serious. Those are medical professionals. Imagine these animals cutting into like savages. These people are the epitome, that they're just the bottom of the filth, the bottom dwellers of society. They need to be locked away. Seriously. Donate their organs. Seriously, put them to death and donate their organs for the better good. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. Peace.
Bro. I forgot about that. I don't know what happened here. Back in the day, me editing and shit.
Below. Let me know your thoughts.
I see potential subscribers.
Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. Peace.
I see potential subscribers.
This when I first started YouTube, I used to use this clip. This is when I used to work in a hospital and when I used to work graveyard. And so I went into the bathroom, some weirdo shit. And I took a flashlight and I was like, chick, chick. And I was like something like, I see potential subscribers.
Below.
That's where that comes from.
Have a great day. Peace.
I see potential subscribers.
It's weird, though. I was trying to be creepy, but canceled shit back then, bro. Canceled shit. Alex Jones. Bro. And now look what Alex got himself into now, huh? Full on canceled. Those fidget spinners were like popping back in the day too. Yeah, that was me. I used to get like those really tight cuts all the time. Now that my hair grow, but yeah, I forgot about that. Look. Like, damn, maybe I need to get a fresh cut again sometime. I don't know. Diego Suave. Yo, I used to, that's why you see me so like relaxed now and stuff like that, because I used to go like ham. I have like deleted videos because I felt a little bit bad after. I used to, you know, and even still what I used to do back then is nothing compared to the trash right now on YouTube that we have, some of these creators. But I just used to get pissed at these criminals, especially the ones that were doing things to kids. But after a while, it's just like, not that it doesn't bother me, but like after years of, you know, just the same shit over and over and over and over and over, you know. Alex Jones after an 8-ball. Oh my god. Dominican season, Goya does the body good. I used to watch Alex a lot too. I liked a lot of his stuff, you know. And I feel like a lot of the times back then, a lot of the things he was saying after a while was coming out to be true. Not the, you know, clearly not the Sandy Hook shit. I wasn't really watching him at that time, but before that, way before that, I used to watch him a lot. I used to listen on, especially like during the election of 2016 and stuff like that. I used to listen a lot. Yeah, I saw that, Najee. I'm not surprised, man. I saw that. This was 3 years ago, so this was I don't know. And that's really how like I used to really like making videos like this, just
they need to be locked away.
Pre-recording it and editing it and kind of telling the story. I think the thing is now I'm just like I'm just covering so many stories that sometimes I just don't have the time to edit like this. I still like to do it once in a while, but a lot of times I just read the article so I can get more content out. Once in a while, I'll still do something nice. Oh, that wife stuff with Alex. You know, I was watching, so I started checking out Tate. What's this guy? Is it Andrew Tate? I started checking out some of this guy's content recently. So I know he got canceled and all this stuff, and I was like, I wonder what this guy got canceled for. And so I started checking out some of the stuff. Now, some of the stuff that he said back then, I was like, yeah, it's kind of a lot. I don't know that it's worthy to get deplatformed, though, because I feel like there's way worse characters out there online that are not the platform. But I actually kind of liked a lot of what he said. Some of the stuff was a little bit much, but I like the men enforcement, or whatever, or I don't know what I'm thinking. But they describe him as they say he's a misogynist. They banned him from it, and he was like the most searched person on Google at one point, even more so than the president. But he's kind of like an interesting character. Grounds. Tate is a D. He was interesting because he recently went on. He's a sex trafficker. Oh Lord, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that. He was on Piers Morgan recently. Piers Morgan, I don't know much about him. I've always heard of him, but I know lately I've watched because he did Andrew Tate. Piers Morgan. I kind of get annoyed watching him sometimes. 3 weeks ago, if you're bored and you want to watch something, it was a really interesting interview. He was on there, Piers Morgan Uncensored, and I thought it was pretty good. I watched the whole thing. I also watched Kanye when he was on Piers Morgan. Kanye, and like I said, Kanye, I like that guy's music, but I've always said I don't trust that guy. I just think he's just too finicky, just all over the freaking place. I like his music. He's articulate. He's talented. Egotistical, but like way egotistical. Kind of. I mean, I've seen some of the arguments he's had with people. Like when he gets cornered, he's just like, "Well, do you make as much as I do? No, okay, shut up." That's his argument. He's and then the whole thing with the president thing too. I wouldn't vote for him. And I voted for crazy. I would not vote for that guy. He's nuts. Like he's just all over the place. I mean, maybe I don't know. Well, he's bipolar. So, I don't know. And what's going to be interesting is if Trump runs, right? And then DeSantis runs. You think that would happen? And I was talking to Sylvia about this shit because people in the chat, people that have been watching me for a long time, you guys know who I voted for. Cancel shit. I like the guy. In 2016, it's the only time I ever voted. Well, I voted twice for the guy. And I like DeSantis for Florida. I like having freedom. That's why during the COVID shit, all this crazy stuff that was going on, I was really glad that I was here compared to some of these other states for business reasons, for going out. It just had such an effect on kids. I mean, it was just like, I felt really bad for my daughter. Like, I was working and then they sent us to work from home, which was cool. And Maddie's school closed down, and then it was just me and her home all day long. And it's weird because I'm actually kind of grateful for that time because I got to spend so much time with Maddie. Like I would take my lunch breaks. It was kind of hard to work around, but I would take my lunch breaks, and that's when I would take her outside to play. And I spent an amount of time with her that I'll probably never spend as much time again. Because now she goes to school, so I have a couple hours. Then it was just, we're all together all day long, and you had to be creative, come up with ideas, things to do for the kids, take them outside, play in the pool, toys. We used to, remember one time we looked up how to make bubbles, homemade bubbles, like bubble, whatever, the soap or whatever. I think it's like you put glycerin, sugar, I think you can use dishwashing soap, and something else, water, I don't know what else. But yeah, that COVID thing had such a horrible effect because I would literally be driving with my daughter and she'd sometimes see like a school bus and it was like empty, or sometimes there were some places that were open. You drive by and she's like, "Daddy, the kids," or "Daddy, I want to go to school." Like it was just, I could tell it was having an effect on her, And then even taking your kid to school for some of these other schools, it's a problem. When I took Maddie to her daycare, I didn't put a mask on her because and the school didn't require it, and most of the kids didn't because, I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to have a small, it's my opinion, a small kid with a mask on and it's all day long, these kids, and they're touching each other anyway. These kids, you ever seen these kids? They're touching each other, they're all over each other, the snob is running out, especially in daycare. I don't know. I preferred having the option and the choice rather than being forced. But I also wasn't an asshole either. I respect people. Like if I walk into a place of business, I'll just put on a mask. It's not a big deal to me, you know? So that's why I like the guy. But if it were to be Trump versus DeSantis for the Republican vote, and Sylvia was asking me, he was talking about like, you know, would DeSantis attack Trump and throw him under the bus? Or would he just run against him, be respectful? Maybe he can be vice president. And I told Silva, I don't think there's any way he can throw Trump under the bus because that's his base too. So if you throw Trump under the bus, you're fucked. You know? Mel, we try to stay from we try to stay away from politics, and you bring in politics. Yeah, I know. Just talking, I guess, but Elvis, you must be all lonely sitting here watching this, yet you're here sitting here watching it, right? Elvis? Right? Right? People like that. He'll be lurking all day long. Trump and DeSantis 2024. I think he'd be a good he could run vice president, maybe. He could do like a team thing. I don't know. But I don't think he can go against Trump, though. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. But he could be like a vice president or something, right? Yeah. I think it's up to people, man. You make your choice. I don't think people should be forced. That's just my shit, you know. Whatever. Glare, bro. You missed some crazy ass chase. We're just chilling right now after. I'm about to get off soon, but I just wanted to kind of hang out with people. You missed some crazy ass chase. Hey, what the hell are you doing? I think somebody deleted your stuff by accident. Sorry about that. It was nuts, dude. And the other chase that we had, there was a baby. Like, it was in Texas. There was a baby. And, oh, well, I'm going to get to that in a second. But yeah, there was a baby. The guy is literally there on a chase. He pulls over. Some other vehicle pulls up. This guy gets out. He takes out the baby seat. There's a baby inside. He jumps into the next car, and then they start speeding off again. And they pull up to this building, and the guy gets out running with the freaking baby seat and the baby in hand. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Sweet Melissa said it's called a pin. Yeah, I agree. Most of my family disagrees with me, and most of my family, whatever, you know, it's fine. But all I'm saying is that I'm glad to be in Florida for that very reason. I'm glad that I still wasn't living in New York. Imagine living in New York doing that shit. Republican Party needs to find another run besides Trump. Well, the Dems need to find somebody else too, because that homeboy running right now, he ain't cutting it. They need to find, and there's so many other people that are way better. I don't know. They need to find somebody else too. Oh yeah. But yeah, I got away from politics because I used to cover it on and off, but it just created so much issues on the channel. And I used to do it for fun, but like that's not really what the channel's about. And it would just create such a division and upset people. And so that's why I kind of really stopped talking about it. And I'm not an expert in that. I'm just a regular person that would casually watch it on and off, you know? I'll be honest with you, on the other side, you know who I like? Tulsi, though. I really did like Tulsi Gabbard, and they cheated that woman out. I think she would have been way better than the guy that's running now. She's kind of like balanced. She's somewhat balanced, not freaking crazy and nutty, you know? She's somebody that's kind of balanced and sensible. Hey, you noticed that, Najee? Yeah, I got the MacBook in the background. I like it a lot. Mac is pretty gangster. Oh, of course. Well, that's the other thing too. Yeah, you don't really want to talk about this stuff on YouTube. It's not a hill for me to die on it and to. But I remember I used to have all these arguments with my family and my friends, and for a while too, I became kind of crazy about it myself. I realized that a couple of years ago, and a lot of my stances have kind of changed. I went through this period of where I was like, I don't know, I was just really hardcore with it. And then I got a little bit older, and then I started kind of understanding some of people's plights and stuff, and maybe the other side. And so I don't think I'm as crazy as I was before. And yeah. And I don't even, you know what, too, what pissed me off about voting is these people dox you here in Florida. I don't think it's on the website. It came out 2024. I don't think it's up anymore. I had to request it and I did it multiple times. They still wouldn't take it down. Then I had to ask like another company to take it down. These people, okay, you go vote. These people put your information online. I don't care that they put whatever party you voted for, which they had the wrong thing for me anyway. What bothered me is that they what's one of my old addresses, but they put my address up there and it's a bitch to get it removed. So yeah, screw your voting shit. If you're going to be doxing everybody, nah. And the other thing, you know what was so crazy? When it came to the second time to voting, because my mother, she was really uncomfortable with all the crazy shit that was going on. When it came around the second time to vote, when it was like Trump versus Biden, she was really, really uncomfortable. So she didn't feel like voting. And she told me that she was getting like calls. And like these people, I guess they know you didn't vote or some shit. And they're calling you to tell you to vote. And then there was like commercials and shit talking about like, we know who didn't vote. Like intimidating people if you don't vote. It was crazy as hell, man. And she was kind of like scared and shit. Like if they were going to find out she didn't vote, they're going to come for her. It was nuts, man. It was freaking nuts. Yeah, I don't know about politics like that either. I like to watch it sometimes. Like I'll sometimes watch some channels and like, but 2016 was really entertaining, especially COVID. If you watched all those press conferences with Trump and the reporters and the exchanges, holy shit. I'd be working from home and I was watching it and I'm like, no, free. It was just nuts. What was going on during those press conferences, the COVID press conferences, crazy. It was they did it in a way to intimidate, and my mother was like really, really uncomfortable about the voting shit. Yeah, we shouldn't hate each other because at the end of the day, it's kind of like everything ends up being almost the same, really. And really, you should vote local anyway. Vote locally, if anything, to affect your city and all that kind of stuff. Mel, watch. Tulsi Gabbard was on the podcast. Joe Rogan. I actually liked her a lot. I thought she was really fair. I thought she was balanced. She was really pissed off, and I thought it was messed up because she was doing really good, and she was like the #1 search person at the time, and Google went in there and messed up her search. It's kind of like these people kind of control shit. If they don't want you in place. I remember back then I was following it. Tulsi Gabbard, $50 million suit against Google is dismissed. Google shut down her ad after the first debate in June, preventing her capital. And she's the one that debated, I thought, what's her name? The woman now. I can't even think of her name. And I thought she did a really good job against her. But I guess it got dismissed. Damn, just threw it out. Tulsi Gabbard. I thought she was pretty fair, balanced. Robin says, I get threats about voting. Your vote is private, but whether you vote or not is public. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And I remember seeing some of the ads popping up. And it was literally like, we know you didn't vote. You're part of the problem. And tensions were so high back then that people were like worried if they're going to come for you, you know? I love Joe Biden. I like watching his podcast sometimes. Anyway, I guess I'm going to head out. Thank you guys so much. I joined the conversation with you guys, just kind of hanging out after. I really enjoyed it. We'll see what happens. If there's another chase tonight, I'll be back. If not, I'm going to chill out, clean up. I feel like I need to pay somebody to just come clean this place. But I'm going to clean up, get some dinner for Maddie. And I'm going to post some videos on the Swag It tonight. At least 2 videos. I'm going to post on Swag It. Download the app, doing a $500 giveaway. You just check it out. enter to win. I didn't like that these people dox. I'd be really careful. If you never voted before and you're gonna go vote, you better find out what they do in your city, because they sure did dox me. And I really don't think it's worth losing friends over in family. It's just crazy. I remember how crazy intense it was, and like these arguments I was having with my family. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I don't know that it's worth. And maybe some of these people aren't your friends anyway, but I don't think it's worth going to war with like family and friends and shit, Mari's like, I'll clean. I'm seriously thinking I'm going to have to just pay somebody to just come clean, so I don't even have to think about it, You remember that, Joey? I remember. I see potential subscribers. Yeah, vote. You got to go vote. Come on, vote. Yeah, go vote. It's free. Yeah, you can download Swagger for free. Swagger, you just download it on Google or app. You want it. You got to use the link. It's a free app. It's a video app, and so like they're kind of, to me, it's like they're kind of trying to compete with like TikTok and like Reels and that kind of stuff. And it's just short video content. You click the link, you download the app, you follow me, and they give you something called swag bucks, which I'm kind of just learning about. And it's just like these points, like, and it's currency. You get swag bucks by joining up. You get swag bucks by watching a video, and you can also give swag bucks to creators. And when you give a swag buck to creator, you get double. Right now, you get double the swag bucks back. And then whenever you want to, you convert the swag bucks to a gift card, Amazon, Best Buy, whatever. So, but there's like little issues and kinks in there. So anytime something happens, I message the guy and they kind of like work on fixing it. Because earlier today, when I was promoting it, somehow I think we caused the server to get shut down. So they had to like do something and they got it back up. But it's my first time having a sponsor. So I was like, all right, I'm just kind of doing it for the experience, see what happens. I don't know if past this week, if we're going to continue or not, but we're just running it for a week to see what happens. And you can look up online. I was at first a little hesitant, but I looked up the reviews. They have Reddit threads about Swagit or Swagit and Swag Bucks. I mean, it's mostly good stuff. I haven't seen anything really, bad or anything like that. Yeah, that TikTok thing is becoming a problem because it's China based, right? There's something going on with TikTok now where they were talking about. I mean, they've been talking about it for a while. About see, TikTok news. FCC commissioner says government should ban TikTok. It's not the first time we've heard that, right? There was some guy in office that was saying that a while back to ban that shit, but these people would lose their minds with that TikTok. And that TikTok, the way they designed that thing is so addicting, right? I stay off of that. I have TikTok and I've posted there because it's what I do, social media. And it's been like months since I've been posting it. I posted Johnny Depp clips. But that app is meant to keep you on there. That app, like, I remember when I was messing around with it, when you try to back out, it keeps you in and it like makes you watch another video. Like you have to double tap back to get out. They try to keep you in and sucked in, and when you try to back out, like they pull up some other video that they think you're gonna like, and they try not to let you get out of there. But I think there's a bunch of privacy issues. It's also dangerous for kids, man. Like all the shit that I've exactly, Nicole. Yeah, there's a lot of influence for children on there, and they push a lot of this stuff, the sexual stuff on kids. TikTok is like a dangerous place, a potentially dangerous place for kids, man. And I think it just influences them and just pressures them. And like, I don't know. Gotta be careful with that. YouTube shorts are the devil. And that's what it is. The short content is what people want, I guess, right? Because everybody's like ADD. Nobody has any more retention for videos, really. Everything's just short and fast. Pro Jam says if you read through the TikTok when you sign up, what information you give up, you would delete. Hey. Thank you, Murray. Appreciate that. And what do you think about Elon taking? Let me tell you something. I'm excited that he took over Twitter. There's people that are upset. They're like losing their minds. But Twitter's been doing the same old shit that they've been doing forever. I like that this guy's talking about the blue check mark. Well, he said $20 a month, which a lot of people got upset about. And so then he mentioned like $8 a month, which I think is super reasonable, especially if you're, and I saw somebody say, and it's not a bad idea, if you're a business, maybe charge a little bit more and versus like a regular person. I don't think it's a bad idea because the verification thing on Twitter is like, it's not even reasonable. It doesn't even work. I think I got denied. I mean, I know I have a big following, but like I have a following on other platforms. I should be able to have a verified account so people know that it's actually me, you know? And to get verified, it's like you have to know people that know people that know people, or like pay somebody. Just charge me a monthly fee, verify me with my license, and so people can know that's actually me, and that's it. I like that idea. I like the, you know, and then there was something else. Yeah, Tulsi did destroy Kamala. I saw that. It was pretty bad. I forgot what else he was talking about implementing. Oh, somebody had told me too that supposedly he wants to do videos on Twitter, but like how YouTube kind of and whatever other platforms where you can actually make money. Now, Twitter did do that thing where you can monetize, like by this whatever the fan following. But I heard supposedly he was working on a paid video feature, which I think is dope. Why not? Why not? Why not have a way for people to make some money, and you guys will make money, and you already have your advertisers there. I never look at those ads when I'm scrolling. It's so useless when you're scrolling on people's Twitter pages and stuff, and they just got this damn thing in the middle. It's annoying. I never read it. Never read it. Lex Lux, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. I have 35 people following me and they denied me a blue check. If you have to pay for Twitter, there should be no censorship. Oof. Bots were verified on Twitter for real? Oh my God. I used to always be against Twitter, but I kind of got into it recently, and it's kind of a good way for me to communicate with people. That's about it, just because I do videos. But all right, I'm gonna head out of here, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. Take care. We'll see what else happens tonight. Peace. Bloop, bloop. Bye. On this laptop.